Hey guys, it's Junior. Welcome back to my channel, Horsepower Warehouse. The purpose of this video is to show you guys some of the really neat toys that I have tucked away back here in the shop. And also to give you a sneak peek as to some of my upcoming videos that I've got coming here in the works. First and foremost though, let's get to this guy. I've been waiting to share this with you. This is my very favorite electromechanical friend. Let me introduce you to the Stringo S3H. This thing is absolutely incredible. You may have seen this actually on TV. I think the guys at Graveyard Cars have one of these. This is a $50,000 and up unit, depending on how you outfit them. I think this one was over 50 grand. This thing is absolutely incredible though. As you can see here, we have plenty of cars that need moved around. It's not necessarily great to fire up a car, not warm it up. That's how you foul out plugs. You know, if you start them and stop them, it's just not ideal for a classic car, to say the least. This thing is fantastic here. It's actually, I don't even want to tell you guys, it's here on consignment. It's for sale. I had to show it to you guys and share it with you because I love this thing. I certainly hope that you don't buy it. If you do, I 100% understand why. Can I show you? Check this thing out. So you'll notice here that we have how to start your Stringo. Basically, I'm going to show you the gist of it. You have this keypad here. This is what keeps the intruders and the people that you don't want running your Stringo, because this is an expensive unit and you don't want someone running your cars into a wall or something with it. But here's how you get it going. So ZR1, that's the user, and then the default password is 1234, power on. You'll notice it light up here. S3H. Total hours on this unit, 811. Traction hours, 13. And that's, I think, the battery life. Or the battery hours, rather. This thing has been completely overhauled recently. It shows you the voltage. So, before we step onto the pad, this thing is a stop button. Basically, if you were backing up, it doesn't want to be able to pin you into a wall, so this will automatically stop the unit. Also, if you got a little bit of a belly going like me, you will bump this thing on accident, so you have to be conscious of that. We have pretty decent horn. I should not have hit that. Sorry about your headphone users. The adjustments here. So this whole front unit, let me show you, is adjustable out. Reason being, that's as far as it goes, but that is plenty. Reason you want to get it out is if you have a big old car like this 79 Coupe de Ville that we have sitting over here, you want to be able to clear that front end, the bumper, everything else. Also, this enables you to pick up a lot of vehicles from the rear as well, because you'll notice, specifically on the Cadillac, that rear end is a lot longer than the front end. So let's jump on board here. Let's retract them back. Other button over here, you can see this is what swings the wheel arms in, and that's what's going to actually lift up the vehicle. Last but not least, we have the tortoise and the rabbit. This thing in rabbit mode will go uncomfortably quick. I mean, it's faster than you would want to travel on such a high dollar contraption. I don't recommend rabbit mode at all unless you're trying to like prove something to someone. Tortoise is plenty. So let's step on board. Okay, so before I get into that, forward and reverse is on this lever here. You can see left or right-handed. It can be operated with one hand, which is beneficial to us here because we're shooting a YouTube video. This is how you steer it. This thing turns on a dime. I've put off making this video because I love this thing so much. I really would hate for someone to buy this because it's my favorite. This car is already in neutral. Let's go until it makes contact with the tires. Yep. All right, we're gonna push this button. It's going to move those arms that we saw earlier. There we go. She's off the ground. It doesn't get a whole lot easier. This is a 79 Coupe de Ville. This is not a light or small vehicle. It picks it right up every time. And I will be able to now negotiate this vehicle into places that I never would have been able to, because I can pivot this basically straight sideways. It's a fantastic contraption. I saw it on Graveyard Cars. I went, oh man, I'll never get to play with one of those. It's here. It's here, guys. I love it. I was being a bit greedy and not showing it to you, but oh my gosh, this thing is fantastic. And that's 3 kilometers an hour in slow mode. I'm not going to get this big Cadillac humming up on it within the warehouse here, you know, surrounded by expensive cars in fast mode, but it will absolutely buzz this 79 Coupe right through the warehouse. What an absolutely awesome contraption. So if I hit the lottery, guys, you know, well, let's back it up a little bit off of that Impala. Give us a little room here. That's all the way out. This is the arms. We can retract it. It's got an onboard charger. Just simply plugs in. It basically acts like a trickle charger. Oh my gosh, it's incredible. Power off right there. You can see the gauge shut off. It's dead. You also have the emergency stop here. Oh my gosh, I love this thing. All right, but before we keep going on that, because I could probably talk for 20 minutes about how much I love that thing, let's get into what you guys probably want to see, the reveal on the split window here. As you saw probably in my previous videos, if you're a subscriber, you'll notice that we had these brakes on an otherwise fantastic 63 split window coupe. Here is the previous Grand Sport wheel and tire combination with the brakes. This is good, but it's not great. Let me show you guys what I feel is great. Oh my goodness. All right, so 19-inch by 10.5 ZR1 wheels, Corvette ZR1 calipers, carbon ceramic brakes, 15.6 inches in the front. Oh my gosh. Comment below what you guys think. There's the rears. ZR1 logo. I mean, this to me is the bee's knees. I love it. I love the massive, massive rotors. They just barely fit. Look at the clearance here. You can't stick your finger in between the caliper and the wheel. And that's a 19-inch wheel. 18s won't fit these brakes. No way. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to get all 4 of them on so we can get it out on the road and get some rolling shots, because this car is going to look fantastic. Big upgrade over these little guys. You've probably seen enough of the Hellcat Challenger at this point. If you haven't, look at my previous videos. But you haven't seen a lot of this. This is another build that I've done. Probably one that I have the most pride in, because I've done pretty much every facet of this build with the exception of the paint and bodywork. We've got a Mast Motorsports built LS3, T56 Magnum from American Powertrain, Mosier 12 bolt with their wave track differential, the biggest Willwood calipers that we could fit inside of those custom made centerline billet wheels. It's just a really, really cool car. This is the ultimate street car driver, is kind of where I was going with it. We didn't want to go forced induction because we didn't really need that much power. This is rated at 600 horsepower, probably very conservatively, and that's plenty for this car. You can see we don't have the steering wheel in it because I'm still playing with the dashboard and getting everything buttoned up there to my likings, but complete custom interior. I mean, all real leather with suede inserts. It's the bee's knees. To me, I love this car, but let me show you one of the reasons why. Let's hit the power real quick. We actually have the RFID ignition system in here. So basically you have this remote, hit unlock, you'll see it light up. 2 taps, you'll see everything light up on the dashboard. It's also priming the fuel pump. When I hear the fuel pump kick off, and I'll kill the Alpine, press the brake, you see it flashing. That means it's ready to start. And start right up it does. These are the Odometer Elite gauges. So you'll notice that the water pressure is green. It's gonna be green until it gets up to temperature, then it will turn white like the rest of the gauges. If it were to get hot, it will turn red. Same thing with oil pressure. If oil pressure were to get too low, it will turn red. Voltage, fuel, all the same. So if you're going down the road and all your gauges are white, you know that you're good to go. I apologize about having to speak up a little bit, but this thing, you can't tell me that doesn't sound incredible. I love this car. I can't wait to get this out on the road. Everything was built and with all the other components in mind. Everything works together. I mean, it's a fantastic build. Griffin radiator. I mean, there is nothing that we skimped on. The Ride Tech stage 3 suspension with the remote coilovers. 4-link rear end package with remote coilovers in the rear as well. Ride Tech makes fantastic suspension components for the F-body vehicles. So we've decided to go with their full shelf sweeper, so to speak. I mean, their best kit. All painless wiring. Everything is done with the wiring marine grade. I mean, I love this car. I can't wait to get it out on the road to make some fantastic content for you guys. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm gonna hang out the door here and give it a quick rev. It's up to 120 degrees. I don't like revving up this car really beyond 4,000 or 3,500 until it's fully up to temperature, but for the sake of brevity on this video, that was 4,000 RPM. Here, I'll show you guys again. Fantastic. So when we go to shut it off, brake pedal, hold down the button. Everything will shut off. Release the brakes. When you're ready to leave the vehicle, of course you have your fob here, hit the lock and it will shut off. Basically it won't do anything now. No one's gonna steal your vehicle, no matter how hard they try. I basically wanted this customer to be able to walk away from his car and have all my hard work, you know, as secure as is reasonably feasible. Any determined thief is gonna make out with your stuff if they have enough time. I'm not even gonna get into all the different other builds that we have going here. I've got a beautiful Mast green convertible that's just about wrapped up. We already have a deposit on that one. The 67 that I built is already sold. We've got C2 Corvettes coming in just constantly, a constant flow of Corvettes. I'm not going to make another video about this, even though there are a few new fresh additions here. The purpose of my videos are not to be a sales pitch. If you guys want to see our cars, you know, it's no real secret who we are, but I'm not going to dilute my channel with sales pitches to you guys, because I feel like I have some fantastic content to share with you, and I genuinely appreciate it if you consider subscribing to see what we've got going. I don't do very much of this. This is a sad story, but it's coming out to a good ending. The woman's father passed away, bought her this car. This was her baby. It was neglected for a few years. It's back. We've got it looking like it came out in 2001, so if not better. That's not our specialty. This is our specialty, right? So let me know what you guys think below. Thank you so much if you've made it this far into the video. I truly thank you. Please consider hitting the like if you're not already subscribed, and if you want to see anything else. I mean, I have a lot of content to show, so I kind of have to sift through it. I'm going to be making some future videos. Specifically, the next video I think is going to be on the split window. I'm going to try to share with you guys, now that I have one side done, exactly what it takes to do the other side. I'm trying to make it so that it's not going to be an extremely long video. I don't want it to be monotonous and boring to you guys. It's a few hours of work that I need to chop down into, you know, 15 minutes or less. But if I can do that, you know, this is going to be an extreme test of my video editing skills, which are just about non-existent, but are growing by the day. So let's see if I can put that together for you guys. I'd really love to share with you guys the process of how to do that. Also, I plan on doing a frame off with you guys. I want to show you what it takes to take the body off of a frame on one of these C2 Corvettes. We do a ton of those, so that's probably going to be a really interesting video. When this car is done, we're going to do a couple test drive videos. I'll probably blend them all together into one compilation. This thing is going to be fantastic on the street. 63 split window is going to be fantastic on the street. Hellcat, we haven't done any real... We've done a few driving videos, but no outside shots. It's going to be fantastic as well. Thank you guys for sticking with me, and until next time, take care.